Hello, and welcome to Cry Havoc Wargaming, dedicated to bringing you the uncommon. For those of you who haven't met me, my name is Ron, and today we're going to do a Halloween after-action report of Don't Look Back by Blacksite Studios. So let's get started. I have, since it came out, been a big fan of Don't Look Back, produced by Blacksite Studios, written by Matt Burns. And tonight I decided to play a game. I always do this every year anyway, but tonight I decided to do a game for Halloween using the new book. And what an improvement this is. It's a lot easier to follow the rules, but even if it wasn't, there's great guidelines. There's a sort of a QRS. The last 5 pages of the game have all the charts needed, so they're a lot easier to find than they used to be. There's this wonderful flow chart to help you understand how the killers activate. There's also rules for creating a randomly rolling scenarios, and that's what we did today. I've rolled a random scenario in which we will be trying to find a lost friend, my friend Brian Kramer, who's gone missing somewhere near the ranger station in the Northwood States Park. The ranger and a few of the teenagers are out looking for Brian. Let's go to the gaming table. This is our table for tonight's game. I have rolled this. In the new book, there's rules for rolling completely random adventures, though this is not as random as one may have hoped. This is practically Where's Pat? What we have the ranger station here, Sandy's ranger station, and we're looking for our missing friend. Brian is missing. He might be right there under that tree. He might be over here. He might be behind the truck here, or he might be over here. Also very close to every one of those is a fright token that we're going to begin with. So starting in the middle of the table there, you can see us by the ranger station there. We have to search around. We have 14 turns. This is a long game. Actually, we rolled for Night to Dawn, I think is what it was called. So it's 14 turns, or it ends when we find the missing person. So it doesn't matter how many of us survive as long as one's alive to find that person, and we don't have to get them off the table or anything like that. The characters we're using for tonight's game, these were randomly chosen. They're over here by the side door of the ranger station and the trash can, and you can see, of course, Seth Newton in all of his exciting glory there. Behind him is, well, just to his left is Ranger Sandy herself. This is her home and office. Back behind is Max, the Abs Elliot, and then of course up in the front is the Wonder Woman, Chisaki, with her magical katana. She is a pretty powerful lady in this game. So those are our characters. You can see on the board here, or maybe you can, his MO is direct. When he's using his MO to be placed, he's going to appear within 6 inches of the most characters possible, and then he'll move towards the closest character. His visage is familiar. That means he's somebody they know. When he leaves, he'll leave a fright token. Replace his killer with a fright token, and then place all characters within 6 inches in contact with that fright token. He has 10 wounds. His attack, unexpected attack, and surprise backhand. Those are both powerful. I played with the club recently using a familiar character. The attacks are pretty powerful here. He's also got Trusting Presence. People targeting the killer are a -2 because they look like their neighbor. This looks like somebody they all grew up with. He's also Double Take. Before the killer attacks, all the characters within 6 inches move 2 inches towards him, which makes his 2 attacks much more dangerous. The closest thing he has to a range attack is his surprise backhand, which is only 4 inches, but that 2 inches will draw people towards him. He's also got the traits Violent, which is going to add a wound to his damage he does, and Relentless, which means that there'll be a +2 when rolling on the fright token activation table. So things are going to probably get hairy pretty quickly. We're playing this at the basic mode, so we don't have to worry about that aspect. And I think that's enough talking. So I just mentioned the fright token activation phase. That's the first part of any game is to roll to see what the fright tokens do. We're using the new rules. The building tension roll is what they actually call what I'm talking about. This is a D10 roll. This is turn 1. So normally it would be a 10 or higher. However, because of what I just mentioned, it's at a +2. So 7. So nothing happens on that first turn. So anytime you fail that beginning roll, it causes a fright token to show up at the center of the table. In this particular scenario, that is not good, because that's exactly where we all are. So we're all going to start, we're all going to get horror on the very first activation. What are we going to do first? We just have to survive or find our friend. Chisaki will take the lead. Chisaki's got to move 4 inches. I'm going to move her for 8. She doesn't have any fear on her yet, so I don't have to worry about tripping. She's going to move for 8 to here. She ignores the first point of terror she would gain each turn. So she would have gained terror because of where she started, but because of that avoidance, she ignores it. I'm actually going to stop here. And I'm going to treat the vehicle as a possible jump scare. Normally jump scares are area terrain or going through doors. I'm going to call these clumps of trees are all area terrain. Of course, going through doors, like I said, is clearly jump terrain. But I'm going to use the vehicles too. Somebody could be hiding in one of the vehicles. So we're going to call the vehicles jump terrain. We're going to use the woodland jump scare table. We're going to roll 3. Ooh, that was dangerous. Dark heart of the woods, beware, for it is here that others dwell. If the killer does not have the whisper trait, he does not. It gains it in addition to any other traits it already has. I don't like that. He has gained whispers. Whispers, all character skill rolls are an additional -2 skill value within 6 inches of the killer. And then she gets to move her other 4 inches to there. I'm going to activate Seth next. Seth will take a terror. He doesn't get to avoid a terror, and he's going to go right to that. He only goes 3, if I remember right. Yeah. He's got weak ankles. So he's going to go to here. I'll roll for a jump scare for him. That's not good. He gets lunge. That's not good, because lunge means the killer is here early. I think we're going to have to try to hit him. So Seth is going to try to hit the killer, I guess with his flashlight. His combat is 8. This is a d20 roll. He critically fails. That's not at all what he wanted to have happen. When a character makes a combat skill roll of a 20, the attack automatically misses. If the character is using a weapon item card, he would drop it, but he is not. So he's okay, he doesn't lose his card. So does he take it as Seth? That does end his turn, however. We're going to move Ranger Sandy next. Sandy's going to take a terror. She's right on that terror token. Ranger Sandy's going to move here. Her special ability is stay behind me. As a free action, move the killer within Ranger Sandy's line of sight and awareness and a contact. So we're going to move him off Seth to Ranger Sandy. Ranger Sandy is then going to take a shot. She's got a 15. There's a modifier for the light, but there's also a modifier for her having a terror that they counteract each other. So it's going to be a 15 critical failure. So not good. So that doesn't have an effect because she doesn't have an extra weapon. All right, and last is Max the Abs. He takes a terror because he's on that block, but he's going to come in. Because he's coming to the light, it takes his terror off. Technically, I should roll to see if he trips, but it's hard to trip when you only have the 1 terror. So he makes that fine, but he cannot attack. That is their turn done. That's going to take us to turn 2. So this is turn 2. It's got to beat a 6 on a d10, but there's a +2. 4. Nothing new happens, but a new terror does show up. 2 terrors are there. Killer activates. Killer perform all the attacks on its visage. It's got 2. The first attack, unexpected attack. This attack targets the character in contact with this killer with the fewest points of terror. That's actually Max the Abs. So he's going to attack Max. First off, forgot the -2 combat skill for shooting at him. Any within 6 inches moves 2 inches towards him. So they're all in contact with him now. That's not good in this attack. His combat skill is 16. He's attacking Max the Abs. He gets a 6, does 2 wounds, point of terror, and bleeding. All right, attack 2, surprise backhand. This attack targets the character within 4 inches of the killer with the fewest points of terror. So that could be anybody. The one within 4 with the least terror is Chisaki. So he's going to do surprise backhand on Chisaki. This has got a 15 to hit. Critical failure. Everybody can move within 2 inches away. That's cool. I think that's new. Maybe not. Maybe we just always forgot it. But I'm going to do that. 2 inches away, 2 inches away, 2 inches away. His turn ends. The light goes off. And it is our turn. I'm going to activate Sandy first. Sandy's going to shoot again. She's now not near the terror. That's good. She's going to shoot a second time. She doesn't have the -2 for that. She doesn't have the +2 for the light either. She does have a -2 because he's familiar, because everybody knows Mr. Hackett. So she now needs a 13 to hit, and she rolled a 7. That is a hit, and her weapon, her service pistol, does 2 wounds. So that's the first successful hit on Mr. Hackett. Should have actually taken a quick action, I mean. It's supposed to be quick action, long action, and I forgot to even think about that. I could have concentrated, for instance, or done a snapshot, or distract for that matter. Oh, I could have done a free attack too, free action. Well, I'm just gonna, because I'm supposed to do quick actions first, I'm gonna go ahead and skip it, call that a mistake. But she's gonna do her free action, and her free action is that stay behind me, so it'll move the killer within, into contact with Ranger Sandy. Oh, that counts as moving, so he can, so he's still in contact. We're gonna go ahead and move Max the Abs next. He's gonna gain another terror for activating within 4 inches, so he's not doing great there. That's gonna hurt him. He's gonna storm in. He's got 3, so that's -6. Combat is 10, 4 to hit. That's a miss. Chisaki. Move. Chisaki's done a quick action move over here to the truck, and then she's going to do a search. Her awareness is 10. She finds something, so we pull. Chisaki's found a wood axe in the truck, and that's her turn done. Seth is going to use his special, well, actually, once per turn, add +2 to Seth's awareness before a skill roll. He's going to search the vehicle right next to him. So he's got awareness +2. His awareness is 13. So he's found something. He's found a bottle. Special roll, free action, discard this item to save, to take the 7 minutes and have an action involving this character. Well, that seems very unlikely. I guess it's not water. That is everybody done. So we go to turn 3. Oh, there should have been a jump scare. Should have been a jump scare when Chisaki approaches this truck. She gets rustling in the underbrush. Move all fright tokens 8 inches towards the character they are closest to, and in the case of a tie, players may choose. Oh, there's one right here. There's 2 of them there. All right, fright token activation. So we roll a d10. This is turn 3. They activate on a 5 or higher with a +2 to the roll, so this is an activation. The furthest one away, which I think is the one over there. We rolled, it's here. Replace the fright token with the killer's model. If he's already on the table, check to see if it's regrouping or enraged. Roll a d10 and compare it to the amount of wounds. He has received 2 wounds. So we roll. We got 7. So he is enraged, and there can be multiple chances of this now. He is grown enraged. All right, that was the first one. That also means it goes away, however. I guess we'll do the one that's near max next. 8. That's also what's here. So again, we roll a d10. If it's 1 or 2, nope, he is enraged again. This is going to hurt us because these do add up. That one goes away. Look, there's another one. 9. Oh my gosh, this is going to kill us. I don't think I have enough enraged tokens. That one goes away. The one over here, 10. Someone is going to die. And then lastly, the one over here, 7. Finally, something different. What was that? Move this fright token 6 inches towards the closest character. That's right on the rightest character, so it's not going anywhere. At least a lot of the fright tokens are gone now. But it's the monsters phase with a whole bunch of enrages. So he's going to do his unexpected attack. He attacks the character with the fewest points of terror. Sandy has 1, and Max has 1. They all have 1. So we'll roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoop, he's not there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's going to be Max the Abs. So he attacks Max again. Unexpected attack. Does grab him 2 inches closer. Unexpected attack. 7. That's going to be a hit. So it does 2 wounds to Max. 1 terror. He now has a secondary surprise backhand. This is going to be attacking the one with the fewest points of terror within 4 inches. That's going to be either Seth or Sandy. 1 through 5, it's Seth. It's going to be Sandy. You attack Sandy. This is a 15. 2 wounds, 1 point of terror. The character becomes tripped. And then the light comes back on. All right. Wow, that was a rough turn. I'm going to activate Sandy first. Sandy's going to go ahead and aim, I think, or concentrate. She's going to need to. She's a -2 because of the looking familiar, so that brings it to 13. 3, that's a hit. Her weapon service does 2 wounds. I think I'm going to try a stumble away by Max. Max is going to try to stumble away into the light. It's fine, so he makes that. Then I think he wants to try to recover. He can take a breath. No, it'll stop the bleeding is what he's going to do. I'll activate Seth. Seth will do, let me take a look on Max to get rid of the bleeding. That's his first action. And his second action will be, I guess he's going to get out of here. He's going to walk for 3 this way. And that leaves Chisaki. Chisaki's going to ignore her first fear point because that's something she gets to do. And then she's going to move 4 inches around to the investigate. Her awareness. She is successful with her awareness. So we roll a d10. And we got 7. That is not Brian. That's not good news. And that takes to turn 4. We have to roll turn 4. We need 4 or higher. There's a +2 on the roll. But it's 6 anyway. Didn't even need a +2. Things are going to activate. The one near Chisaki, we roll for it. We get an 8. It's going to be another enraged token, probably. No. No, that is good. We do not get enraged. We rolled a 3, less than his damage. Killer's regrouping. Technically, he comes off the table. I think that's how that works. At the end of his turn, light goes off. Except that's not his turn, that was the activation turn. This goes away. Then the regrouping killer would show up. He can avoid his normal MO, but it's going to be random. So 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 4 of them. We'll do it by 5s on a d20. We rolled 19, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to be Chisaki. The random killer shows up on Chisaki. His special ability thing is going to cause people to move 2 inches closer to him. Go ahead and take that light off now, I think. And he's going to attack Chisaki. This is the unexpected attack. It's got a hit of 16. He rolls a 4, that's going to be a hit. So this does 2 wounds. Because of violent, it's actually going to be 3 wounds. And it would do a point of terror, but she ignores the first point of terror. And that's when the light would have flipped off. And now it's our turn. And why wouldn't we go with Chisaki first? Chisaki's combat is 10. We're going to do a snapshot with Chisaki, which is a -5, so she's going to have only a 5 to hit. She rolled a 5. That's good. So she does 2 points of damage for that. And then she's going to do her actual combat. So that's the full 10. But she misses on that one, just by 1. Oh, really? Seth is going to use his free action to use his last battery to put the light on and then walk to the car. Max Abs is going to walk for 4. He's going to take a breath to get rid of his wounds. Sandy's going to stand up. She's going to, and she's going to move. All right. That is their turn done. That takes us to turn 5. That's where we're at right now. A lot of fighting going on. So we have to roll for the building tension. This is turn 5. So this would be a 3+. There's still a +2 on the roll. 3, 4, 5. So they're activating. So we roll for the one that's there. We roll the 10. Oh, man. That's another enraged on the crazy guy. And that one goes away. Now there's none. So now one shows up there and here. And now it's the killer's phase. The killer cannot attack what's in the light. He's going to use his MO. He's going to take target with the closest. That's going to be Seth. He's going to come out here and attack Seth. His attack is 16. He's got enrages forever. Seth, there's 1 terror on him. Not over the top. Critical hit. Doubles the wounds in terror. That is not good. Alright, so he does 2 wounds normally. I'm going to call that 4 and then make it 5 because of the... So 5 wounds on Seth. That is really bad. And then double the terror. Takes 2 terrors. Now he can attack characters within 4 inches with the fewest points of terror. Fewest points of terror in 4 inches. He can't attack Chisaki. No, it's going to be max the abs. So he does his backhand to max the abs. This is 15. That's a miss. That's good. And then the light goes out. And it is player's turn. Seth is going to do a stumble away. Awareness. He's fine. And then he's going to rest to get some points back. Chisaki is going to close and swing. She gets 8. That is a hit. So she does 2 more points with her sword. Max the abs is going to close. Max is going to swing. He's not going to hit. He's got a lot of terror. No, he's got no terror. Max is going to swing. His combat is 10. It's going to be 8 because of the creature's Looking friendly though. 10, that's the wrong dice. 8, that's a hit. So Max's baseball bat does 3 wounds, and the killer is driven off. Everybody gets 1 terror back. Sandy's going to try to go this way to check that other marker over there. Has to roll for the possibility of tripping. Nope. And that is turn 5 done. Turn 6. Wow, we've wasted a lot of time in this game and not found who we're looking for. Turn 6, everything does activate automatically. That's the rolling for those is done. So we have a terror point there. We rolled a 4. The activation for that is, what was that? Move the sprite token. Okay, that means that the activation moves 6 inches towards the nearest. That's going to be Ranger Sandy. So we'll put it here. He has direct. Places killer so they're within 6 inches of the most characters possible. I'm going to put him here. He's going to move 10 inches out, right to Max. He's going to attack Max. 13. He has 16 to hit. That's going to be 3 points of damage. 1 terror, 3 points of damage. Then he can do his secondary on whoever has the fewest points of terror. It's going to be Shisaki. Is she within 4? She is. 15. It's a hit. Shisaki takes 3 wounds. She would take a terror, but she avoids her first terror of a turn. And that's him done, so the light comes back on. Seth's gonna stumble away for 3. And then take a breath. 1 wound and 1 point of terror. Probably should be a jump scare for being near that. So I roll a 9 for the jump scare. Rustling in the underbrush, you can hear the plants move. Something is closer, move fright tokens 8 inches towards the character they're closest to. In the case of a tie, players may choose. That's going to be all the way up to Sandy. Thank you, Seth. I'm going to move Sandy. Sandy's going to move for 4. What should we move for 8? Go ahead and move her for 8 to there. She's going to take a terror because of that terror token. Then she has to roll. Alright, so she does not trip. But we do have to roll for jump scares. 8. That's the same thing. Following. Oh, there's one here too. Shisaki's going to do a breathe action. Max the Abs is going to do a stumble away into the light. That's success. That's critical success. So he makes it into the light, but he can do a heal. That's the turn. So we go to turn 7. There's 2 terrors. They're both over here near Sandy. They're right on her. 3. What's wrong with the lights? Flip all light tokens 6 inches. I don't think there are any within 6. Nope. And then that token goes away. And the other one, 2, same thing. Alright, so those are gone. Because they're gone, one shows up here and right back there on the next turn. The killer cannot attack them. He can, however, attack Seth. So he's going to do that. He's going to attack Seth, no problem. Draw them within 2 inches to him. Probably should have done that first. I think that's really what would have happened, is he would have attacked them. But he's going to swing at Seth. Unexpected attack, 16. That's a hit. 3 wounds, 2 points of terror. he's in trouble. He is in quite a bit of trouble, particularly since it doesn't say he can't attack the same target. With the secondary attack, 13, that's also a hit. 3 wounds and 1 point of terror. And that does it. Seth is killed. Oh, but the killer goes away to savor the kill. And light goes off. It is our turn. Chisaki's going to... Can she run that far? Yeah, she's fine. She's going to run to here. I'll do a jump scare. So the killer was in the car. He jumps out of the car and charges at Chisaki and attacks with his attack 1. This is the 16 hit thing. He is successful, so he does 3 wounds and a terror. She can avoid the first terror of a turn. 3 wounds. However, it is still her turn. She's going to swing on him with her melee. It's 10. That is a crit fail. She does not get it. It also means she drops her wood axe. So she's done. She's been stopped. Max the abs is going to run up and to that axe. I think I should have called the cars area effect. Sandy, Ranger Sandy, oops, is going to get a terror. She's going to concentrate and do an awareness check. Good thing she concentrated. She is successful on her awareness check, and she has to roll a d10 plus 1. 10, that's it. If players use the investigate action, it turns out Brian was right here the whole time. This switch here. So Brian has found it was the point of that mission that all they had to do was find it to end it. So even though we've got a fight going on, this is a success, and I'm going to end this game here. So there's the game. Like I said, the new book, it's a lot easier to run a game and to keep it going than I think the game had been with the previous system. The rules are mostly the same. There's new jump scare charts for different environments. I think that's a really nice add-on. But the real thing is having the rules a little bit more concise and better explained in the additions in the back, the sort of QRS that's built in there. Very, very helpful to getting through the game. Tonight's game, I made a few errors. I could have used a few things that might have saved poor Seth. Seth is such a poor character anyway, but I forgot about the draw forth ability. I can't remember, that's not what it's called, but the ability that the killer has, the familiar killer, of causing people to move 2 inches towards him. And that would have meant that Max and Chisaki would have been pulled out of the light, and they probably would have been the target and not Seth. Seth was going the wrong way anyway, because I had him going around the corner for a terror point that I suddenly realized when I looked from above, not a terror point, a point of interest I looked from one above was right next to Ranger Sandy. And in fact, that point turned out to be the killer. I don't think I agree with the optional roll. I rolled for the length of game, and it said 14 turns, and then you roll a d10, and the result from that second d10 was that the game would end when we found the objective, which is what we just did and what you just saw. We found Brian had ended the game. I find that a little unrealistic because we were still in the middle of the woods. I feel like we probably should have had to get Brian off the table, and well, Chisaki and Max were in the middle of a fight with Mr. Hackett, my middle school gym teacher. That seemed a little unrealistic to me, but that's fine. Game ended. It was a success. We did lose Seth. May he rest in peace. I hope you enjoyed the game. I don't know how many of you have played Don't Look Back. I recommend it to anybody. It's really a lot of fun. Even if you don't like slasher movies, I don't actually like slasher movies, but I really like this game. And it really it has some of the feel that you'd expect from a slasher game. I think I probably made some other just mechanical mistakes tonight. I got to admit, I wasn't quite in the game, and I'm recovering from COVID, and I think there's still a little bit of tiredness and fog that I've been dealing with from that. But I apologize for any errors I may have had. If you have any questions or want to talk about the game itself, please put those in the comment section down below. Also, if you have ideas for further content you'd like to see us produce here on Cry Havoc Wargaming, we look for that in the comments section as well. If you've enjoyed the video, I hope you'll hit like, and if you'd like to receive further notifications for videos like this one that may help you determine how to better spend your money or time in your tabletop wargaming hobby, then I hope you'll hit subscribe and ring our notification bell. Till next time, cheers.